and thanks for staying with us. The Contractor General of Customs speaks on revenue generation of the service all over the country. Also on Customs report, Tinkan Customs Command intercepted 16 containers with various forms of drugs coming into the country. Plus, more report. I am Egiseme Itinye. Stay tuned. The CG of Nigerian Customs Service has welcomed members of guests to this year's CG conference, telling them that Nigerian Customs Service will surpass its revenue target for 2024.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's GCFR has extolled the legacies recorded so far by the Nigerian Customs Service, led by CGC Adewale Bashir Adeniyi, MON. The president showered the accolades in his opening speech at the 2024 Comptroller General of Customs Conference held in Abuja. He stated that his government's vision is clearly demonstrated in the service's comprehensive modernization agenda. He said the results of these initiatives across the service's core mandates have been encouraging, adding that the Nigerian Customs Service has shown remarkable progress in revenue generation, enhancing government's capacity to fund critical national development projects. President Tinubu, who noted that the Nigerian Customs Service is one of the agencies to have risen to expectation, demonstrating how government institutions can effectively contribute to economic transformation agenda while fulfilling their core mandates, said the service has introduced significant reforms, including the advanced ruling system and the authorized economic operator program.
And I am now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am delighted to join you at this year's Comptroller General Conference. I salute the officers and men of the Nigerian Customs Service for the dedication to duty and service to our dear nation. When I assumed office last year, I set out with a clear and unwavering vision to strengthen Nigeria's economy and foster growth and development for the benefit of all. 18 months later, the vision remains unchanged. In pursuing this vision, we have built upon existing foundations while introducing necessary reforms to adapt to our evolving economic realities. Our focus has been on refarming what needs improvement and introducing new initiatives where gaps exist. We have also prioritized the review of our current economic policies to better serve our national interests and the well-being of our people. And that is why today customs is at the center of our national security. Everything we are doing in maintaining law and order, security in our country, the customs do have a seat there. They participate fully, they are involved, both economy and the security.
The president emphasized that these initiatives, which align with global best practices, show how agencies can innovatively implement solutions that advance national economic objectives while meeting international standards. Such reforms, according to him, not only enhance trade facilitation, but also create a more predictable business environment that supports the government's broader economic goals. While maintaining that the Nigerian Customs Service has shown remarkable progress in revenue generation, enhancing government's capacity to fund critical national development projects, President Tinubu added that through strategic reforms, the service is strengthening Nigeria's position as a trade-friendly nation, particularly in the areas of export promotion and port efficiency.
These external challenges have required us to intensify our stakeholder engagement and compliance initiatives. A significant internal challenge we must address transparently is the unprecedented rate of leadership transitions within our service, the Nigeria Customs Service. The statistics that we have tells a compelling story. We saw 60% of our management team, we saw their exits in 2022. In 2023, we saw off 36%. And in this year, we have anticipated the management exit to the tune of 76%, with projections indicating another 40% of our management staff retiring in 2024. We recognize the urgent need for strategic intervention. In response, we have launched an ambitious human resource development plan that addresses both immediate and long-term needs. And this includes accelerated career progression opportunities for the serving officers, ensuring that talent and dedication are appropriately rewarded, and most significantly, we are making an historic investment in human capital infrastructure through the establishment of a customs university. This is a testament to our commitment to building a knowledge-driven service. All these initiatives, aligned with the WCO's focus on youth leadership development, complement our comprehensive talent management programs that identifies and prepares promising officers for leadership roles, ensuring the service's continued stability and effectiveness. This period of transition, while challenging, presents us with a unique opportunity to reshape our future. As we look ahead to 2025, we have crafted an ambitious yet attainable goals that build on our current momentum. We aim to dramatically reduce physical inspection rates through enhanced risk management system. Fully deployed, we hope to fully deploy our e-customs infrastructure and expand the Authorized Economic Operator Program. Our focus extends to strengthening regional integration through improved border cooperation and deepening stakeholder engagement through regular consultative forums. These objectives are not just operational targets. They are our vision for a modern customs administration that effectively balances trade facilitation with revenue collection and security. The achievement of these goals, particularly during this period of leadership transition, will require even stronger partnerships with all of you, our stakeholders, from government agencies to private sector operators. Your Excellency, distinguished guests and gentlemen, our conference theme, the Nigeria Customs Service, engaging traditional and new partners with purpose, is particularly relevant at this juncture. As we reflect on our successes and challenges, we are increasingly convinced that no single agency can effectively meet today's customs challenges alone. The intricate nature of international trade coupled with our internal transformation demands innovative partnerships and collaborative approach. The sessions that we have planned ahead promises very rich discussions on revenue collections, trade facilitation, partnerships, and compliance. Your insights and experiences will be crucial in refining our strategies for the coming year, particularly as we develop our next generations of customs leaders. I must express profound gratitude to His Excellency, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his continuous support of our modernization initiatives. And to you, all our partners, both traditional and new, your collaboration has been instrumental in our achievements despite the challenges that we have faced. I must salute the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and all distinguished senators and honorable members who have provided effective oversight for the operations of Nigeria Customs Service over the last year. Your support has been instrumental to the challenges, to the achievements that we have recorded. And to all hard-working officers and men of the Nigeria Customs Service, particularly those who have served and those who are preparing to take up new leadership roles. Your dedication continues to drive our success.
Commending the efforts further, the President said these achievements affirm his administration's belief that public institutions, when properly aligned with national objectives, can effectively drive transformative change. While these results are encouraging, he maintains that they represent only the beginning of what can be achieved through focused institutional reforms and alignment with national objectives. President Tinubu said that it is fitting that the conference centers on the theme NCS engaging traditional and new partners with purpose, and emphasized that the theme reflects the administration's broader vision of fostering strategic partnerships and collaborative approaches to governance and economic management. President Tinubu said his government has been introducing necessary reforms to adapt to Nigeria's evolving economic realities, revealing that the focus has been on strengthening what works, refining what needs improvement, and introducing new initiatives where gaps exist.
Honored to be here with you today at the 2024 Comptroller General's Conference of the Nigerian Customs Service. I must begin by thanking the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, Mr. Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, for inviting me to this very important conference. This year's theme, Nigeria's Customs Service, Engaging Traditional and New Partners with Purpose, is not only timely, but essential as we look to strengthen Nigeria's role in global trade and reinforce the partnerships that drive our economy forward. The Nigerian Customs Service has long played a pivotal role in supporting Nigeria's economic growth. This annual conference provides an opportunity to review operational strategies, align with global standards, and strengthen relationships with stakeholders, all with the aim of advancing our nation's economic interests. Today, we are here to reaffirm our commitment to those goals, recognizing the central role that the Nigerian Customs Service plays in revenue generation, trade facilitation, and the modernization of our trade infrastructure. Trade is critical to our dear country's future and our fortunes, as it has the potential to stimulate economic growth by providing access to new markets, creating jobs, and lifting millions out of poverty. As evidenced by a World Bank study, developing countries who increased their share of global exports from 16% to 30% between 1990 and 2017 were able to grow their economy and seeing their global poverty rate fall from 36% to 9%, thus demonstrating the transformative power of global trade. A nation can, however, only take advantage of the prosperity generated by trade when robust trade facilitation measures have been put in place. I therefore commend the Nigerian Customs Service for putting in place initiatives such as this conference and the time-release study launched earlier this year to enhance trade facilitation in Nigeria.
There are others before me who are more archaic than me. With us here is retired General Ango and my very good friend Ahmed Mustafa Sadaunan Adamaha and Dr. Bernard Nwadiolo. We are pleased to come and celebrate with our younger brothers and sisters who have not only kept the flag flying, but have honestly improved on what we did.
It is with profound honor that I stand before you today at this important gathering of stakeholders dedicated to enhancing efficiency, collaboration, and overall impact of the Nigerian Customs Service. The theme of this year's conference, Engaging Traditional and New Partners with Purpose, resonates deeply with the strategic imperatives of our time. The Nigerian Customs Service remains a vital institution in securing our borders, facilitating legitimate trade, and contributing significantly to national revenue. As the complexities of the global trade and security environment evolve, so too must our approaches to collaboration and innovation. The Nigerian Customs Service is not just a revenue-generating agency, it is also a critical partner in safeguarding national security. Its role in curbing smuggling, combating illicit trade, and ensuring compliance with international trade agreements cannot be overstated. As Chief of Defense Staff, I deeply appreciate the synergy that exists between the Armed Forces and the Nigerian Customs Service in addressing shared challenges from transnational crime to border management. We are indeed partners in progress. Engaging with traditional partners, including government agencies, international organizations, and long-standing trade entities, remains central to the Nigerian Customs Service operations.
As we gather in this esteemed venue, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the remarkable work of Comptroller General B.A. Adeniyi and his dedicated team. Your commitment to excellence, your visionary leadership, and your unwavering service to our nation are deeply appreciated. You are not just leaders in your field, you are champions of progress for all Nigerians. Today, we come together under the theme Nigeria Customs Service, engaging traditional and new partners with purpose. This theme speaks to a truth that resonates deeply with our hearts, within our hearts, that our strength lies in our ability to collaborate and innovate. In a world that is ever-changing, we must embrace both the traditional partnerships that have served us well and the new alliances that can propel us forward. Together, we can create a brighter future for our nation.
The passage in the 9th Assembly and enactment of the Nigeria Customs Service Act 2023 by former President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, we now have a structured pathway forward as stipulated in Section 14 of the Act, which says the President shall appoint a career officer from the service, not below the rank of Assistant Comptroller General of Customs, to be the Comptroller General of Nigeria Customs Service. The session has paved the way for career officers to aspire to the highest position within the service. And today, we celebrate our own Comptroller General Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR.
He explained that in pursuit of this vision, the government embarked on bold yet necessary economic reforms. Working with expert advice and careful consideration of the nation's unique circumstances, he said the government implemented strategic policy adjustments to strengthen the nation's economy. Explaining that the removal of fuel subsidy and unification of exchange rate system were crucial steps towards building a more transparent and sustainable economic framework, the president said that these decisions required short-term adjustments from all Nigerians, maintaining that they were essential to redirect resources towards productive investments that will yield long-term benefits for all Nigerians.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Tinkan Customs Command has accepted 16 containers of drugs coming into the country. The controller says that its men were on ground to make sure that the drugs don't enter the country. The Customs Area Controller in charge of Tinkan Customs Command has warned importers with illicit drugs to desist from the port. He also explained that stakeholders should share vision of voluntary clearance and other supporting federal government reforms in all the ports.
They claim they imported, this is what they made as declaration, grater and cutter for domestic use in our kitchen. But the real intent is to import this and this.
First, that the command has generated over 1 trillion compared to over 700 billion collected last year in 2023.
The command target for the year 2024 is 1,413 billion, after which so far we've been able to collect 1,046 billion. We are on course, considering that cargo throughput is actually down. This is a milestone for us, and like I said in my speech, I applaud all the officers that made this possible. But I applaud more our compliant traders who volunteered to pay this duty. We don't import, we only collect revenue. So the credit to this, like I've given to the Comptroller General of Customs, the DCG TNT, the DCG ICT moderation, and of course, our compliant armed enforcement unit, who made sure that they blocked all loopholes for smuggling that made people come to the seaport to pay duty.
These items include suspected cannabis and other items imported into Nigeria without respect for the importation laws governing the country. The controller in charge of Upper Customs Command, alongside the controller in charge of Lekki Free Trade Zone, has said that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to implement measures that will help the country to generate more revenue and also wipe importation of fake drugs into the country. The two of them speaks on how Nigerian Customs Service have been helping the government to wipe away fake drugs from the port.
2 weeks ago, our sister command in One, that's the Area 2 of the Nigerian Customs Service, had made very significant seizures of illicit importations into the country. And given the alarming trend of these illicit importations through that axis, the Comptroller General of Customs, CGC Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, FNIPR, DSM, PSC, DAGA, not only declared that axis as a state of emergency, but further directed all seaports, custom formations across the country to step up vigilance in ensuring that no illicit, outlawed, offensive, or dangerous items come into the country through our areas of jurisdictions. This command, gentlemen of the press, is a relatively young one, given our years of establishment. However, it is very, very strategically located. And that strategic location has positioned us in the fight against illicit importations. In line with the vision of the Comptroller General of Customs, the command, we have been very, very committed in promoting international trade, investment, and ensuring that we facilitate legitimate trade. We do everything possible to support our stakeholders in ensuring that legitimate trade is well facilitated. We are committed in ensuring that the Lekki Deep Sea Port becomes a maritime hub in the West African sub-region.
On the instruction of the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR, DSM, PSC, DAGA, we shall be handing over 6 containers carrying falsely declared and unwholesome pharmaceuticals and control products to the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. This handover further underscores the robust interagency collaboration between the Nigerian Customs Service and other sister government agencies in the port. It further demonstrates our ability to prevent illicit importation from entering the Nigerian market through the port. As a service, we owe Nigerians the duty of preventing the import and export of cargo that could undermine their well-being and security. These medical importations have expired, while others are not evaluated by NAFDAC and could cause damages to Nigerians if consumed.
The Customs Area Controller, Area 2 Command, ONE, Comptroller Mohammed Babandede, has said that in line with the Comptroller General of Customs policy thrust of consolidation and collaboration, the command is working with sister agencies such as NDLEA, DSS, Quarantine and NAFDAC, among others, to see to the implementation of measures to boost efficacy of its operations.
In line with the CGC's policy of consolidation and collaboration, the command, working with sister agencies, we found 20 by 40 feet containers carrying illicit drugs, fake drugs, and other dangerous drugs which pose severe threat to public health and safety. We have, in this seizure too, we have 7,665,000 tablets of fake antibiotics for gonorrhea without NAFDAC number.
Further disclosed that one 20-feet container laden with donkey skin is part of the seizures alongside 2,624,053 bottles of 100 milligram cough syrup codeine.
Realize a total revenue of 550 billion 431 million 559,598.41 as of this morning. Our revenue target for this year is 618, so already we are able to realize 89% of the annual target. So this command from January to October, we are able to treat 2,436,408 metric tons of commodities and mineral resources for export.
Of trade facilitation, the command, according to him, utilizes World Customs Organization trade facilitation tool to generate maximum revenue, which is time release study, TRS, explaining that the result of utilizing this tool within the past months of this year has been unprecedented.
Just before I round up this week edition of the Program Customs Report, we brought you a report with Nigerian Customs Service in this year's CG conference says that Nigerian Customs will generate more revenue and fight smuggling in all arms of the country. For me, Igiseme Edine, thanks for watching.